Thank you. Okay, hi, my name is Cherini Ghobrial. So when I went to pharmacy school in Tallahassee, Florida, I had a really incredible group of friends. And what I loved about them was amidst our dance parties and our late night Chili's runs, we had really incredible conversations. Like we would have these porch nights where we'd stay up till like 2 in the morning talking about all the things. So we talked about our hopes, our dreams for our future, our fears, our insecurities, our weird dating experiences, just like all the things. And these conversations really opened up my mind as I would learn new things about them, about myself I never knew before, and about the world around me. And these conversations always left us feeling so deeply connected to each other. But then it was time for graduation. So this is me in 2016, graduating from pharmacy school, ready to move back to Atlanta to begin my life as a young adult. Okay, so I moved back to Atlanta. I'm ready to find new community. I go on Eventbrite, I sign up for events, and I start showing up. And it worked. I was meeting new people. But I felt like we just did a lot of small talk. And let's face it, small talk sucks. And I say that as an extrovert, but that's because small talk is just an entry point into connection. You have to get past it in order to connect. And the problem is that we rarely ever get past it. So I remember one night being at this party, surrounded by people, talking with people, but still feeling so alone. Like feeling like we were all physically there, but psychologically absent, and I was hungry for real connection. And so I remember looking around wondering, like, is this just me? Am I the only one experiencing this? And so I went home and I started doing research. And what I saw from the research was alarming. This is not just my problem. This is a global problem, something you may even be experiencing right now. Because as the world is growing more interconnected through technology, research is showing that we're feeling lonelier and more socially disconnected than ever before. And so I wanted to figure out, like, how can I give people what I've experienced, like the power of meaningful conversations, and how meaningful conversations not only lead to deeper connection, but it's also the birthplace of empathy, of self-discovery, of joy, of wonder, of aliveness, all the things essential to our emotional being and a meaningful life. And that's when I stumbled upon the quote, "The quality of your life is determined by the quality of your questions." And this is why I created Uncurated. Uncurated is a card game with 3 rounds of carefully crafted questions designed to help you have powerful and intentional conversations in a safe environment. So, how does this work? Okay, let's imagine you, me, and 3 of your closest friends. We are gathered around the dinner table, ready to play Uncreated for the first time. So first, we're going to start with our shared agreements card. And your shared agreements are basically 6 rules that we're all going to agree to abide by so that we don't hurt each other when we have vulnerable conversations. So one example would be, don't judge, give advice, correct, or debate. If you're curious, you can ask clarifying questions. Okay, now it's time to begin. Every question in every round is going to be different for each group, and each round will take us deeper as we go. So, example of round 1 question would be, what is something that brings out the best in you? In round 2, you may be asked, what is one thing you know to be true? And in round 3, what is one thing you wish you never believed? As you can see, we're exploring new places within ourselves and within each other simply by asking better questions and hearing each other's stories. And so right now, we're really excited that Uncreated is available for purchase online. But this is more than just about a game. This is about starting a movement for emotional well-being, because it's so important for us to hear each other's stories in order to hear ourselves. So if you're here today, I want to invite you to join the movement by purchasing a game and hosting a dinner. And if I win, I'd love to sponsor 40 dinners across the United States. We would send them the card game Uncurated, a hot meal delivered to their door, and all they have to do is gather their group of friends. And together, we can create spaces where we can be seen, where we can see others, and where we can see ourselves more deeply, where we can realize our shared belonging to each other and remind each other that we are not alone. Thank you.
That was so good. She forgot to share her last slide. I want to make sure everybody got to see that. It was great. It was an amazing thing. And by the way, today is the launch of this whole project, right? So give it up for her. This is exciting for her, right? Steve, do you have a question for Cherini?
Very cool concept, and
Thank you.
it's great that you've brought the element of fun to these meaningful conversations. So, with any new concept, any startup, building awareness
Yeah.
is vital, right? So, who's your ideal dinner party mate? Who's your
Yeah.
ideal customer, and how do you reach them? How do you build awareness quickly?
Yeah. So how we want to build awareness is through the form of I would love to do a contest to sponsor these 40 dinners, because the idea is we could create excitement around it and also be able to expand our network to connect with like-minded people. So that way we could expand our network in that way. And then I think our ideal client would be probably anyone that's, I think, in the emotional wellness space is already part of these conversations, I think sees the value in this. But definitely people from 20 onward, probably 20s to 40s, I would say. But I mean, this is really available for anyone that's interested in having meaningful conversations so that they can explore each other and themselves. So yeah.
This is a little more meaningful than Cards Against Humanity, isn't it?
It's like Cards for Humanity. That's
Cards
the idea.
for Humanity.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. Thank you, Cherini. That's perfect.